Sharanya, two-time W All-Star Shanae Ogumake, the first person to ever commentate, referee, and play in a celebrity game.
What is he doing this year?
Well, my thing is, first of all, you said that this housed so many events. There was something else that this building housed also, but we'll save that for later. We'll save that for later.
Fine. I'm Malika Anthony.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
Oakland's own, I suppose. We have a packed show today celebrating my hometown, the Bay All-Star Weekend, but we need to start with some action from last night, an All-Star matchup between Shai Gilgeous-Alexander facing off with Anthony Edwards in Minnesota in this one. Ant all smiles. Let's pick it up in the first quarter. The Timberwolves up 3. This was the moment, right?
Oh, my God.
Oh.
Looks like one of RJ's old.
Oh, catch a body.
Don't give him those sorts of compliments here, Sean.
The joy he plays with, but also the ferocity makes you love him.
The bench can't believe it.
Chet just got back, too.
God.
Yeah, welcome back.
Oh, Chet will be back, though. Chet's not back. Chet's not Chet yet.
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander here with a little miss. Hartenstein rips away the rebound.
Hustle play.
What a fit he's been.
SGA had 24 points, 8 rebounds, 9 assists in this one.
But watch this, y'all. Look at this.
Oh.
Come on now. Is that like a reverse sham? What is that?
There's a reason why people were getting Nas Reed tattoos.
Facts.
14 rebounds,
Dirty.
7 assists in this one. And then let's go ahead here. Timberwolves now up by 9. Terrence Shannon Jr. gives it back out to Anthony Edwards. Fakes, drills the 3. Minnesota leads by 10 headed into the fourth quarter here. So now Minnesota's lead just growing. Edwards sizes up Holmgren here.
Ooh.
Hits the 3. Edwards had 23 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists. The Timberwolves, they go on to win 116-101 and snap the Thunder's 7-game winning streak here. And the internet, they couldn't believe this dunk by Anthony Edwards here. The throwdown on Chet Holmgren, it sent socials into a frenzy. I think my favorite might have been Steve Harvey, though. The Lord have mercy gift.
Lord have mercy.
Lord have mercy. Let's take a listen to Ant watching his latest poster.
Hey, all I was thinking for real was that he wouldn't deny me because usually they deny me. And then Jaden caught it. I'm like, let me see that, Slim. And just rip quick. And all I was thinking was like, he not gonna jump. And he came over like he was a little scared, I'm not gonna lie. I don't think he jumped like to block it. He just jumped. He just wanted to be on the rib.
Couldn't gain a step though. Nas with it off to Ant. Drives in and hammers it through with the right hand.
Shout out to Chet. Welcome home, baby.
That is demonic.
I know, we love it though.
Let's go in the bonus though on the Thunder, because as much as we need to unpack that dunk, we also should unpack this loss. This 15-point deficit was Oklahoma City's largest loss of the season. The first game all year where the Thunder have never led at all. OKC had been one of 4 teams to lead in every single game this year. That was until last night. Now the Thunder, they scored just 101 points and they struggled once again offensively when Shai is off the floor. For the season, OKC has the second best offense in the league when he is on the floor. And then they're worst with the Washington Wizards. They're dead last in the league when he is off of this. So before anybody panics here, of course, this is the 5th game in 7 days for Oklahoma City. It's the second night of a back-to-back. Richard, we need all the context here. But did you learn anything about Minnesota or, for that matter, OKC?
I didn't learn anything about either team. And I say that I know who OKC is. I believe them. I know they're great. You've seen this is the first time all season they haven't let in. That means they've been dominating all year. So 5th game in 7 nights, 4, all of that. That is one of those situations where it's just like it was an off night, and it wasn't even that off.
But what I did learn is it was great to see Nas Reed show up. He was the secret sauce of the Minnesota Timberwolves making it to the Western Conference Finals. And what I love, as you see the tape right here, is his inside-outside game. He's just so mobile, especially as a big, someone that is 6'9", 6'10". Look at how he can come off of pin downs, off of a screens as an outside threat. He had 3 threes on the night. I just love his quick twitch ability to be able to knock down shots from the perimeter. But it's also his ferociousness attacking downhill. Look, he doesn't settle for the 3, gets Chet on his heels again, and Chet is a great defender. Kind of night. What did Ant say? Welcome home, baby. Look at this right here.
Oh, through the body.
Contact. Look at the release and the extension. So not only being able to knock down threes, but also he has that post footwork in his bag. Again, 27 points. People sleep on, I believe it was 14 rebounds and a career high 7 assists. Yeah. So you may not have learned much, but I relearned.
He was the 6th man of the year. here. I knew he was.
I know,
He's
but
out there
These
taking
numbers,
notes.
though, he's putting up 21 and 10.
Well, Carl Anthony
since
Towns
Julius Randle's been out.
Carl Anthony Towns is gone, and now Julius Randle's is gone. So he's balling as he should.
They need to have
as
it
expected.
all come together at the same time.
Yes.
But then the other night, they lose to the Milwaukee Bucks without
Right.
Giannis, without Damian Lillard. And to me, it speaks to just the inconsistency and the unevenness that you have when you're relying on young players. Anthony Edwards, we know he's the hub of this team,
Yeah.
but you're relying on Terrence Shannon Jr., you're relying on Rob Dillingham. Rob Dillingham went from DNPs to now getting legitimate minutes in the rotation, averaging 8 points a game, 4 assists a game. And Naz Reid, like you just said, he's been absolutely crushing it ever since Julius Randle's been out. So without Randle, without Dante DiVincenzo, they've relied on their young guys. But eventually, the tide is going to turn, and you're going to need Julius Randle back. You're going to need Dante DiVincenzo back. I'm told the expectation is pretty much the end of this month.
Okay.
Julius Randle will remain out. Hopefully, at some point in March, he'll be back. Dante DiVincenzo, he's been out with a pretty serious toe injury. They're hopeful that he'll be back at some point near the end of this month. But they need those guys to be back. But in the meantime, the young guys are getting some good reps.
Look, this is my thing. I love the elevated numbers and the win when not, but we saw Naz Reid put up very impressive numbers last year on his way to 6th man of the year. So what I'm saying is they have to figure out a way to get Julius Randle back, have him playing like an all-star, then get Naz Reid back to the level. Now the Minnesota Timberwolves are back to where we believe they can be.
Right, and doing all of that sort of in the crunch time right before the playoff push is going to be their challenge, making sure they can integrate all of these new parts that haven't gotten maybe the runway that they hoped leading up into the postseason. No one's worried about SGA and the Thunder. It's the All-Star break. A game like that happens, but Tim Bontemps put out his latest straw poll. It has SGA with the commanding lead with 70 of 100 first-place votes. Remember, this replicates what the MVP voting is going to look like. Tim Bontemps asks 100 voters who they would vote for today. The other 30, though, they went to the reigning MVP, Nikola Jokic. SGA, Jokic combined to get all but one of the first and second-place votes. I wonder who's the one? All right, elsewhere in the NBA last night, the Golden State Warriors in Houston.
Yeah, this was rough for me.
Taking on the Rockets here today. Third quarter, the Warriors up 15. Draymond Green, a little swing over to Jimmy in the corner.
Just that's the definition of having veterans on your roster. New player, doesn't matter the IQ and the unselfish ability. This is Golden State Warriors basketball, and that is their signature shooter, the sniper stuff.
Repositions, drains a three.
It didn't hurt you that much the way you yelling.
Because, we clawed back. You'll see here, but I love it when you get a sneaky good play. Oh, I'm out of bounds, but actually peekaboo. Peekaboo. Kayla Mar voice.
Going ahead to the fourth quarter. Here you go, Sinead.
Oh my gosh, I'm making Richard laugh. I won.
Up just 2 now. Curry tries to give it to Kevon Looney.
Bye.
Curry for 3. And then
Doing what he does best.
4 minutes left here.
Relocation
Steph
3
taking
times.
over.
I feel like the scouting report for the Rockets had to be stay down.
Curry and Green just hyped there. And this is our 100 electric moment of the day. Under 3 minutes to go.
Give and go.
Joy is back.
Joy is back.
The Warriors big 3. The Warriors up by 9. This is why they got Jimmy Butler. And then right here, under a minute to play,
If we're talking about joy, look at this.
when Draymond is
Dagger.
you know you're in trouble. Curry finishes at 27 points, 5 threes. Here's Draymond Green on Jimmy Butler after the game.
He's a franchise changer. He's done that everywhere he's gone, and he is helping revitalize what we got here, the belief amongst this team now that he's arrived as opposed to what it was before he got here. It's night and day.
Oh, so you're saying We Believe is reignited.
No. Look, I honestly, things are so beautiful. It's amazing on the honeymoon.
Yeah, I was gonna say this
on the
honeymoon.
honeymoon is so sweet. It's so nice.
Well,
Don't be that dude on Valentine's
No, I'm
Day.
excited. This is Valentine's Day. That was a message.
Don't be that dude on Valentine's Day.
4.3 more points per game with the Warriors than he did with the Heat this season. He's also upped his rebounds, his assist numbers too. So he's happy with this new matrimony.
Here, how much I watch these shows.
Wow, we're excited,
Me and
man.
I'm like, I'm
We're
not.
so happy
That means I'm
that
not a
you're
bus.
here.
No.
First of all, Most recent Grammy for your work on Cowboy Carter.
Did
Now,
yeah.
Congratulations.
I did. Thank you so much.
I just want to breathe your air.
Yeah, exactly.
All of the good
Yeah,
essence
thank
you
you so much.
provide.
And you're doing a special tribute to
I
the
am,
Bay on
I
Sunday.
am.
Can you tell us a little bit about
Yes,
about
I'm
that?
like it's like a tribute from all the best music that ever came out of the Bay, from E40, Too Short, Doobie Brothers, Steve Miller, Metallica, Carlos Santana, and myself.
Yeah. Gotta include yourself.
A little bit of everything. And
Little bit of everything,
you've been a
yeah.
Warriors fan
Yes, all my life.
Your
I've also been a
entire
Chicago
life.
fan, to be honest.
A little bit of both. But the 4 championships, one blemish was against this guy.
I wouldn't call it a blemish. I would.
Any message for
Yeah,
the
is there a beef here? Is there a beef that happens
I
here?
mean, this guy's it's a goat right here.
Well, let's
Whoa, whoa, let's slow down.
I know they don't call you to go, but
the love. That's love. That's love. That's love. That's all it is. That's all.
the commentating too that you
Yeah,
guys do.
that-
Is like
oh,
amazing.
yeah.
I mean, I spend most of my life watching like.
I can honestly say
commentating.
you're the first person to call Richard Jefferson.
No, my kids are here. My
Go.
kids are
No,
here.
still they
Yeah,
don't do
I
it.
still don't think that. All right. Well, we thought as a founding member of Tony,
Okay.
we would play a little game here based on your chart. Your top of the chart hit here. We like to call this feels good.
Oh, yeah. Feels good.
Or maybe not so good. So we're going to give you a topic, and you're going to either tell us it feels good or, okay, maybe a little not so much. All right? Let's start with the newest duo, Steph Curry, Jimmy Butler. Will they lead the Warriors into the playoffs? Does it feel good or maybe not so
Feels
good?
great. Feels good.
Oh, wait.
Feels good.
Are we going to hit it or no? Like, just feels great or feels?
It's too early to hit it. It's too early to hit it. I mean, I wasn't ready for that.
No.
It's good though.
Feels good.
There we go.
I like that.
Why do you think so?
I mean, like Steph said, it's just two. They play different. You know, he plays on the outside.
Yep.
He's coming in. You know, he's a hard head. They needed 2 knuckleheads. They need Jeff and Draymond.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Now you got 2 fighters. So if something happened to Steph, you got 2 guys that can like enforce.
Rep a little bit more.
Enforce it.
What about, we got some other new duos after the trade deadline, maybe none more shocking than Luka Doncic and LeBron James. Will this season end with them being the best duo in the West? Does it feel good or maybe not so good?
Feels good. It feels good for the NBA because I feel like LA has to be good. Now we
Richard's
have
making a
Boston is
face.
good now.
Yeah.
New York is good. The Knicks
New York is good. Knicks is good.
You think these two will complement each other?
Oh yeah, most definitely. I think LeBron could play with anyone.
Thank you. This
both
man
great
knows
distributors.
basketball.
Yes, he
knows
does. He's a real
basketball.
one.
Yes.
This man knows basketball.
Excited about it.
Well, what about this one? The Celtics, they'll win back-to-back titles. Does that feel good or maybe not so good?
Not so good.
Not so good?
And I like Boston, but I just think after watching, people talk about winning back-to-backs, I don't think backs-to-back should be that popular right now.
Oh.
Even though I like Boston, I like being town. I got a lot of friends in Boston. Y'all know I like Boston, but
So, wait, so who's your favorite to win it all?
I would like the Warriors to win it all, but I don't know if that's gonna happen.
Like to or favorite to?
Favorite could be Denver.
Oh, okay.
If
He
Jet-
sticks with the West.
Yeah.
He West Sider. Look. If Jokic is having this type of season, he's kind of like LeBron. I don't ever count him out. If Jokic is playing like this, you don't count him out of anything.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
I like that. All right, Janae, you got one more, a little feels good, not so good?
How about this? Sitting next to Richard Jefferson, Malika Andrews, and myself. Does that feel good or not so good?
It feels amazing. 'Cause she's from the Bay.
Bay Area.
She's from the Bay.
She's
and,
like, yeah.
Went to Stanford. Is that Bay? Is that cool?
Stanford?
It's
Yes,
Bay
yes,
adjacent.
amazing. Okay.
Bay adjacent.
So I'm like a
Stanford.
sister.
You know what I mean?
I have no affiliation whatsoever with the Bay.
I mean, I love the golf course in Stanford.
Oh, okay, good.
Palo
Good.
Alto. Yeah.
Well, before we let you go, though, you're launching the Raphael Sadiq Vinyl Club. 4 times a year, you'll get to curate a new reissued vinyl from your 30-year music career. That's incredible.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about that.
I love vinyl, and so I started this club like a book club. People should listen to vinyl, and everybody that should have a record player in their house because when you
Yes.
have that fancy stereo, you have speakers all over the place. But when you can walk to a turntable and play music, it feels like you're in a nice little jazz setting. So I just want for my fans and people, I wanted to offer them something. Free music here, buy this, buy that. Just giving back a little bit. But
Yeah.
I love vinyl, so it's
making sure to
it's like a
set the
nice
vibe.
leather coat.
It's an experience. Vinyl is an experience.
Setting the vibe appropriately.
Of course,
Raphael, thank you so much
Thank
for
you for
stopping by
having me.
NBA today. We look forward
Good
to
to
the
meet you,
entire
dog.
weekend of festivities here.
Pleasure.
Listen.
Thank
Good
you
to
so
see you
much
too.
for stopping by. It is
Amazing.
so good to see you, a
Amazing.
Bay Area legend here for the Thompson twins. They're nearly the same height, same weight, have identical 7-foot wingspans. They were also picked just 1 pick apart in the top 5 of the 2023 draft. And now joining us here are Amen and Asar Thompson. Gentlemen, thank you so much for stopping by NBA Today.
Thank you for having us.
We really appreciate it. I want to start here. Chanae's playing it cool.
Oh, I am. I'm a huge fan of you both. I think I last saw you guys at the NBA Finals, and it's been amazing because you guys were soaking up all of the information and inspiration from that. But I have a question for y'all because I know what it's like to play against a sibling in the pros. How do you guys help each other both on and off the court? My sis used to give me her scouting reports, except when I played against her, right? So she wanted me to be great. How about you guys?
So I feel like teams play as similar ways. So I'll be like, yo, how did this team play? You'll be like, oh, they did blah, blah. Then we'll go into that game. But when we play each other, it's not like that, I got to kill. This year I did.
Oh, we're bringing the trash talk straight to national television here. But tonight, you guys are both playing on the same team in the Rising Stars Challenge. What'll it be like to be playing together and then also being back in the Bay Area?
No, it's going to be fun for sure, being back in the Bay, first All-Star experience is going to be fun. I'm going to throw him a couple lobs. I told him don't throw me any lobs. I just came off the back-to-back.
It's just going to go the other way. Have your teammates confused you at all now? Everyone kind of descends in for the festivities this weekend. You're getting to see new guys that you're going to be playing with tonight. Has anyone ever said, Amen, trying to make sure they know who's who?
It's really just like everybody just says twin. So
there you go.
So smart.
So whoever's around, that's who they start talking to.
Just making sure twin, that's the thing to kind of cover up for whoever you're talking to. It's just, hey, twin.
Okay, so I've got a question for both of you guys. I don't care who answers first. Who is one player that you guys might not have known or played against before and you got to the league and you were like, yo, he's nice. I didn't know. Because everyone knows the LeBron. You want to play against Luka. But is there a player that you were like, yo, I got cooked. I had no idea he was that nice.
Got cooked?
Not cooked. When I say cooked, I mean cooked for your defensive level. It's like 18 or, not 45.
I'm trying to think. Probably TJ McConnell. TJ McConnell. Yeah. I was going to say.
Shout out my Arizona boy.
I have a question for you guys. So has there been a moment where it's like, welcome to the league that you guys both shared, something that you bonded over?
Shoot, I would say, because I played DeRozan first last year, they told me Fred bet me $100 not to jump. And I told him, I was like, I'm not going to jump on this pump fake. First pump fake, I jumped. It's $100 down the drain. I had to tell him.
I was going to say, did you give up the $100?
Nah, Fred got too much money.
Is there another one?
Honestly, I feel like I told you not to jump on DeRozan because my third game was against DeRozan and the Bulls, and the coaches were like, just be this, don't jump. But then he hit you.
Yeah. You start looking like a video game where you're just
glitching.
Both of your teams, though, they've been so much fun to watch this season. Amen, I'm going to start with you and then get to you, Asar. What's it like being part of this turnaround that sort of catapulted you back to the top of the Western Conference standings, that upper echelon there?
Yeah, it's been fun. This second year with these guys, it's basically the same exact team. So we got that familiarity with each other. So, it's just been it's been a really fun experience. We play hard, we play defense, and we got a lot.
Asar, you guys have more than doubled your win total from a season ago, and we're only at the All-Star break. You've gone from a team that lost 28 straight games to being a legit contender in that Eastern Conference conversation. What's led to this turnaround?
I would say like a culture change. Just everybody there excited to play. We're running faster. We're locking in on defense, playing a lot harder on defense because Coach JB wants us to have a defensive identity. Every time we have a good defensive game, I feel like.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, let's have some fun before we let y'all go. You guys are twins. Did you ever pull a parent trap maybe when you were younger, like take a test for somebody else or try to tell your parents, it's me, Amen?
I don't have a twin, and I had someone take a test.
Wow.
Of course you
Wait,
did.
I used to do your math homework. You used to do my Spanish homework. Yeah. I used to do his history and Spanish, and he would do math and science because he was just better with the numbers, and I
I love that. True teamwork.
Yeah, the teamwork. All right, so have you guys seen this trend? Richard's the king of TikTok, so I'm sure he's seen it. We're going to have you guys cover your eyes and point to the twin that this applies to. Okay, you ready? This is a rapid fire. Who's the funny one?
He cheating.
Who's the best dressed?
That's me.
Who's the crazy one? Who's the daredevil? Who wins one-on-one?
Ooh, I love that.
And who scores more in the Rising Stars game tonight?
Oh!
And since we're here, we got to welcome a legend. How would you say legend?
Legend.
A legend, an icon here in the Bay Area, one of the biggest fans for all things here, the city, the town. I'd like to welcome the ambassador of the Yay, E40, right here to
Yes, sir.
Today. Thank you so much
Right
for
on.
stopping by.
Welcome to the Yay area.
Yay area. I feel like today we got to get,
Ooh.
Yay area.
Ooh, that sounds perfect.
Natural like an afro. Talk to me.
See, this is why we have you on the show, the ambassador
for
of the
it.
Bay Area. There's no one that represents sort of the flavor of the Bay better than you do. So let's start with this. We're setting our soundtrack for the weekend here. If you had to pick a song that's on the top of the list, folks coming into the Bay to play, what would it be?
It would have to be a tie.
Okay.
It had to be Too Short, Blow the Whistle, or mine's Me and Keek the Snake. Tell Me When to Go,
Oh,
produced
Tell Me
by
When
Lil
to
Jon.
Go.
Both of them slaps are produced by Lil Jon. That's crazy, right?
We play both of them on the way into the show today.
Absolutely.
Loud.
And since we're talking about soundtracks of the weekend, NBA players love to participate in music. Who's your favorite NBA rapper, or is there a song that you like?
I like Shaquille O'Neal.
Okay.
He can rap his butt off. Damon Lillard.
Have to.
And then I like the Tweaker song by the Young Ball brothers.
I might swerve in that corner.
Yeah.
Whoa. That goes hard,
that's
right?
That's hella catch. He got. That's one of them ones.
That's one of them ones?
Yeah, that's
Here
one of them
for it.
ones.
And if E40's anointing it one of them ones, and you know
Period.
it
That's
really,
one of them ones for
is.
sure.
You have been a Golden State Warriors fan for your entire life. I remember seeing you when I was a kid in this arena in what was formerly known as Oracle. But do you have a favorite Warrior of all time?
Besides Steph Curry,
We can go with Steph Curry. So a classic Warrior and a current Warrior?
A current Warrior. The
One-on-one.
current would be Steph Curry. The classic would be Rick Barry.
Ooh.
Good one.
Yeah, they don't know nothing about Rick Barry. He used to throw the ball underhanded. You know what I mean?
That's
On the
true.
free throw. You know what I mean?
Yep.
He classic.
And what about a Warriors title? There are plenty to choose from. Which one's your favorite?
For real. I seen all of them. My favorite was the one that meant so much, and my favorite was 2022, their most recent title.
Why?
It just meant so much because people counted them out, you know, and they did their job. They went in there and they would show up to four rings all the time.
Yep.
That was their thing, showing up 4 rings all the time. You feel me? So we'll get some more.
Yeah. Oh, we'll get some
Yeah,
more.
we'll get some more.
You think
Okay.
they're coming
Stay
back?
tuned. Stay tuned.
With Jimmy
Okay.
Butler now, what are your thoughts
Jimmy
on that?
Butler, raw, super raw, perfect.
Perfect.
I hate to see Wiggins go because he raw too.
Yeah.
That's true.
We're gonna miss him. But I'm glad it was somebody like Jimmy Butler to come in. If anybody was going to replace him, Jimmy Butler, he's doing his job.
He sort of has a little bit of that essence of the
He
Bay.
got it. He got it.
Absolutely.
Yep.
But it's not just the Golden State Warriors. You're a fan of all things Bay Area sports, one of the most iconic fans here in the Bay. So if you were to rank or name, let's just do 3, your top 3 Bay Area athletes of all time, who are the 3?
That would have to be Jerry Rice,
Okay.
Legend.
Barry Bonds,
Okay.
and Ricky Henderson.
Oh.
So we're going with
That
1
is.
football, 2 baseball. How close is a Steph Curry?
Yeah, I was going to wonder.
cracking your top-
When does he crack it?
I mean, I'm looking at classic.
Okay.
And he's going to be classic. You know, he's classic now, and he's already a Hall of Famer in my mind.
Yeah.
And many others. But, you know, he's current. I mean, you know, to be honest, like if you were to say of all time, he's my favorite athlete of all time, period.
Oh, so outside of the Bay.
Yeah, outside of the Yay area. Yeah.
Steph transcends.
Yeah.
You've seen all those types of sporting events here in the Bay Area. You've been to the World Series, been to the NBA Finals,
Yeah.
49ers games. What's the single best event, because no one does it like the Bay,
Yeah.
that you've ever been to?
I would say when I was with when I became front row 40, like 2014, I was behind home plate at the Kansas City Royals San Francisco Giants game, and I was invited to that game with Strange Music, Travis O'Gwen, the CEO of Strange Music, and my cousin Tech Nine. So we were all behind home plate, and we seen them. I got a chance to brag real tough because I was the only one with San Francisco Giants gear on, and the rest, everybody behind me had on royal blue and white. You feel me? And we won that.
So you're representing.
I represent. That was 2014.
Before we let you go, I think we're both from the Bay. Shanae, she has the vibe of the Bay. We're giving her the honorary
Stanford.
Title
Come on now.
You locked in. Come on, for Shiggity.
Title for the weekend. For our viewers, though, that are coming to the Bay, trying to learn a little bit about the Bay, what's one phrase that we gotta teach the people before we sign off here?
I was just in New Orleans, and we was in the vehicle. We seen my partner Franzen and Gino from the Bay Area. They DJs and whatnot, you know. And first thing I did, I said, "Oh, there go Franny and them right there. Roll down the window." And I just, yee! And they was just, yee! That's our little chant we say in the Bay. So whenever somebody say yee, like that, when they say yee!
Yeah, so we got to do yee!
Yee!
I don't even know if my voice goes that high.
That means you know somebody from the Bay, or you locked in with the Bay.
See?
Yee!
Hello.
E40, thank you so much for
You're the
stopping
best.
by. The ambassador here for the Bay. We appreciate you spending some time with us here on NBA.
I appreciate y'all, sincerely.
I think I can get away with start saying shiggity.
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 The answer is no. All right, let's go coast to coast. We're going to start in New Orleans. The Kings face the Pelicans. Zach LaVine dropped 32 points, and Domantas Sabonis had a career-high 28 rebounds.
Jeez.
But the Kings still lost to a 43-point scoring performance by CJ McCollum. Chanae, what is the Kings' biggest problem here?
Look, okay, Prez. Shout out to the Prez, 40-piece, but honestly, it was the bench. That's the difficult part. I believe that they were doubled. It was 22 to 50 when it comes to bench points. They have to spread the love, spread the wealth. But again, I give a little bit of grace. These games before All-Star, you know. If you know, you know.
I ain't offering no grace.
No grace?
No.
I know you. I know what you say. The Kangs gon' Kang.
Kangs
How about
gon'
the
Kangs.
Clippers? They came back from down 20, led by 41 points by three-point contest participant Norm Powell to beat the Jazz in overtime. Ben Simmons played his first game for the Clippers. James Harden said he told Ty Lue not to take him out of the game because they needed to go into the break with some swagger. Richard, are the Clippers on your swag index here?
My swag index, you don't want any part of that. But what I would say is this. Look, Ben Simmons, I hope that he can continue to tribute what he did last night. Hopefully that is kind of a preview of what he's going to give him this season. But ultimately, I think Norm Powell has a legitimate beef for not being an all-star. So way to show up. Way to show up.
Finally, the Mavs, without Kyrie Irving, Klay Thompson, and despite numerous other injuries, they defeated the Heat. Chanae, what can this type of great win do for the Mavs?
Look, what I love about what I've seen from the Mavs is just their brand of basketball. You guys, I know there's been a lot of feelings there, but you can see the tentacles of this culture. Everyone that steps onto that floor is committed to playing hard. Now, look, I know that.
No, you said tentacles. That was
tentacles. Yeah. Like, you can start seeing, like, how they're all rotating, how they all switch, how they just compete at the highest levels. I know people are mad, but you have to show respect where respect is due on a night-to-night basis.
They have been dealing with just a plethora of injuries, particularly Shams for guys that are 7 feet and taller. What more can you tell us about the latest on the Mavericks injuries here?
Malika, the Mavericks' top three big men will all be out for extended periods of time after the All-Star break. And let's start with Daniel Gafford. Okay. I reported last night he has a grade 3 MCL sprain. He will miss at least 6 weeks from what I'm told. Then Derek Lively II, he's still in a walking boot for the last month or so since he suffered a small fracture in his foot. I'm told he's going to be out another month or two as well. And then the biggest player of them all, Anthony Davis. We know he suffered an adductor strain last Saturday. My understanding is he will miss at least 4 weeks with that injury. They still are not sure exactly how long he's going to be out, but at least the next month. So you're looking at those three guys who are supposed to be pillars of your front line, all going to be out significant parts of the second half of the season.
Yeah, Kyler Kelly really the only one that is healthy there. Richard, how do they stay afloat?
Well, they're going to have to find somebody, no disrespect to Kelly, but he's played like 12 seconds in the NBA. The other four, those guys, without those guys, they're not going to stay afloat. They're not. And hopefully and the problem is that when you see them, they're all out a significant time. So it's not like you're going to get one back. It's not like with Hartenstein and Chet, where one left, the other one came back. Yeah. They have no help coming. So they're going to have to hold down the fort. You know what? I'm a firm believer in prayer.
That's what Chanae says.
Prayer defense, prayer offense, prayer everything.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm a firm believer in it.
Well, we can let
Los Angeles Lakers rookie Dalton Knecht was a part of Team C, coached by Chris Mullin, during Friday's Rising Stars game. Led by Knecht and Stephon Castle of the San Antonio Spurs, Team C won the mini-tournament and earned their place as the fourth team in Sunday's NBA All-Star Game. Now coached by Candace Parker, the Rising Stars will face off against Lakers star LeBron James and Shaq's OGs in the semifinal of Sunday's mini-tournament. It's a tall task for a collection of rookies and sophomores to beat a team littered with NBA legends, but Knecht and company will certainly have no fear heading into the game. It has been a whirlwind of a February for Knecht personally. He has been traded to the Charlotte Hornets, only for the deal to be rescinded and for him to return to L.A. He took a game off before returning to action in the team's final game before the break, then headed to San Francisco to represent the Lakers at All-Star Weekend. After all of it, Knecht is simply looking to have fun and hope that the Rising Stars can get a victory on Sunday. Yeah, about to play my first All-Star game, that's crazy, as a rookie, Knecht said. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to try to go out there and put on a show and try to make it competitive for sure. We're going to try to get that win. Knecht focused on what it might be like to face LeBron and some other NBA legends, and reiterated that the goal is to try and be competitive. It might be a lot of fun, the young guys, or us. We're going to try to go out there and go against those guys, Knecht added. I'm not sure about. I'm playing against Bron, so I get to go against one of my teammates. So, it'll be a lot of fun to go out there and try to make a statement. Knecht is certainly motivated to get a win, but not for any reason other than wanting to win every time he steps out on the floor. I guess, yeah, of course, I'm a competitor, so of course I'm going to go out at them. The Lakers rookie will be on his biggest stage, yet by getting the chance to play in the All-Star game. It will be exciting to see if the Rising Stars team can make some noise against a group of some of the game's most legendary players.